That's what I want to learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Jared.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. So I guess I've been used to kind of being like not surrounded by a lot of Jewish people. I went to a Catholic high school, and so there weren't too many Jewish students, and so I kind of like had to get used to like not having people I could relate to like religion wise and all that stuff. And I did take like it was interesting because my high school did have like a Hebrew scriptures class, and then we had like a class based on the Holocaust, which was pretty cool. So I took that, and like so there were stuff there that I could get involved in. And then going to college now, I'm at a Jesuit university, so that so once again there's not a lot of Jewish kids, but luckily I'm on the club ice hockey team in Santa Clara, and I met a Jewish student, or there was another Jewish student on the team with me, so that was pretty cool. And then through him I met another Jewish student in Santa Clara, so that was really nice, and it was kind of nice to have like some friends to actually talk to about Judaism and whatever. So that was really nice. And then I guess just being a poli-sci major, I just recently last quarter took an international relations class, and we actually did a simulation with about I don't know like 8 different countries, and there's like Israel, Palestine, Egypt, like a lot of Middle Eastern countries and stuff. And I actually asked my teacher if I could be placed on the Israel team, just because we would research the government that we were. We each had like a position in the government, and then we'd have to act out a simulation of how that we got a situation and how we would act out that simulation with other countries. So it was pretty cool. Like I learned a lot about the Israeli government that I didn't really know before, and so that was really nice. And it kind of like changed my understanding of how some things were in the like Middle East and with Israel and Palestine. So that was pretty interesting, and it was really nice because I just went to Israel past summer, so I could kind of relate to some stuff, and like I helped my group, like I told them, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And so that was really nice. And then so I went on the birthright trip the past summer, and that was a really good experience for me because like it's totally like I didn't realize how different it was when you're surrounded by people who are Jewish, and you like talk to you, like you can relate on a different level with them, which was I felt like some connection with them, so that was really nice. And I made some good friends on that trip, and it kind of made me, I guess, a little more proud to be Jewish. Like it made it easier for me to like be in class or something and be like, oh, I'm Jewish, like when you're talking about some subject that might be a little touchy. And so that was nice. But like I guess recently I've had I was at dinner with a friend, and the subject of like Israel and Palestine came up and whatever, and he started talking about like how he didn't agree with what Israel's doing, and he doesn't like that we're like allies with Israel, I guess, and stuff. And I was just like, oh, like, I mean, I saw where he was coming from, some of his points, just because I've learned a lot about the politics of it, but it's still, like, I don't know, like, kind of hurt, I guess, that to have that conversation. So, and I didn't really know how to respond to any of that stuff. So yeah, I guess I've had a lot of experience with that, and, like, so I want to be, like, become more able to talk with.
So I'm definitely seeing a response here about this kind of a string that people are finding it hard to respond to the animosity towards Israel that's thrown at you in unexpected circumstances, whether it's in a class or at a dinner, that this is something you guys really want. You want to get the skills and the knowledge to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Have you seen, does Santa Clara have an anti-Israel group or a student, a Palestine student union or a Muslim student union?
There's a Muslim student association, I think, or something like that, but they don't really do like anything. I feel like, they don't really do anything like anti-Israel-ish. So I haven't seen it at least.
Okay. All right. Well, sometimes the biggest challenge is when you're, unexpected. You're at dinner. You're at a party. That kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's just tough because it's like a friend that you consider close or whatever, and you don't know how to like say something.
Did it kind of bruise your friendship with him a little bit?
Yeah, kind of like a little bit, because I just kind of like pissed me off, but I didn't want to show it because he was a friend. And
you gone. All right, Jake.
Well, let's see. I haven't generally seen any animosity towards Jewish students at SJSU. Maybe it's because I haven't been here that long. Maybe Leonard and Eric have seen things that I haven't seen. But I know that, I grew up in Orange County, and the huge divide between Muslims and Jews. If you've heard of UCI, University of California, Irvine,
Sure.
there's just a gap between how Muslims feel and how Jews feel, and the gap's kind of been exacerbated over the last few years. So I mean, let's see, I went to visit there a couple years ago, and there was a lot of hostility, and I saw that Jews were generally understanding. They were pacifists. They were trying to understand problems of Muslim people, or they were trying to understand the Muslims. The Muslims were not making an effort. I mean, there were a ton of protests. I don't know. I mean, it's the same theme that everybody else is talking about. Like, you want to stand up for yourself, for your religion, for your culture, but you're not really sure how. What else is there? I can't remember what his name was, but there was like a really successful Jewish attorney. I think he was a judge, and he was heading the University of California Irvine Law School, or the law school was going to be named after him. And just Muslim groups went nuts. They went crazy. I mean, they were protesting. They were defiling things from what I heard. I'm not sure if that's true or not. That's just what I read. I'm just like, this is wrong. But I didn't really know how to express it. So.
Think about it. You guys are at a disadvantage because most of the Palestinian or other Muslim or other Arab students that you meet, they're either usually first generation born here or not even born here. So they have collective memory, either their own memory or memory that they get from their parents of the situation. And so they're very impassioned, and they have a lot of firsthand knowledge, maybe not historical, but stories that cause them to feel a lot of passion. And they have a lot to say because they got it from home. Whereas, many of you could be, third, fourth, fifth generation Americans and not of Israeli descent. None of your relatives ever lived in Israel, and so you don't have the same collective memory of stories that let's say many Israelis would have, that they went through, very difficult and heartbreaking and, suffering, at the hands of, Israel's enemies. And so it's not really a symmetrical discussion that you're having. You just don't come from the same place. It's not like an Israeli and a Palestinian having a discussion. You guys are removed, in some ways by 2,000 years, right? So you can make